Welcome everybody, Cosmos Joe here, doing a video for the Atom Accelerator DAO, and we're going to focus on Cosmos, but the Cosmos ecosystem as a whole, and how a new user can navigate that very easily with a resource called interchain info. I'm going to bring in Timmy, aka Tendermint Timmy on Twitter. He's the co-founder, and he's going to walk us through how a new user, but also how a builder can benefit from this platform and all the traffic they've been getting recently. Timmy, nice to have you. You've been on the channel before. You're building interchain info, and it's a great landing place for people to get situated in the ecosystem. What's the easiest way to explain interchain info to a new person who just discovered Cosmos?
Trying to bring information about the interchain all into one place. We do that in a couple different ways, namely indexes and resources, which we'll get into. But indexes in particular, think of it like a Wikipedia of Web3. So anything from a chain to a DApp to a validator to just a piece of technology like IBC can have a page in the index so that people can learn about it and discover new things and figure out how to navigate this complicated thing we've created here in Cosmos.
All right. So what I'll do to start off in the typical fashion of my channel, I'll hit you with 3 yes or no questions, and then we'll get into the features, and the people watching can kind of use this video, and probably only this video, to get themselves situated so they're on the right track. So question number 1, do people need tokens or a wallet to use interchain info?
No. There will be some features in the future that will require a wallet connection, but all the base core functionality is open to anyone at any time.
Can a new user use this to locate apps, or is it just information about those apps?
Definitely both. So
Both.
maybe you want to deep dive and learn about a specific app, or you just want to see all the apps built on a certain chain. You can use the site for either purpose.
Info is not only for the brand new user, it could definitely help out a power user such as, myself. As a power user, will I be able to customize any of the features in the future?
Yeah, so there's a number of slightly more interactive parts of the website and platform in general coming out soon. The index and resource hub that I've touched on is pretty off-chain Web 2, like a Wikipedia, like a YouTube. But one of the things we're developing, for example, is the dashboard, which is where you'll actually be able to access and use all these various DApps you've learned about or ones you are already familiar with, again, playing to your power user example. Just so that when I do my daily routine of DeFi stuff, I don't have to open 6 different tabs for different websites. I can just have my Osmosis, Stargaze, bridging app, whatever else just on my dashboard ready to go.
All right, here's interchain info. I noticed there's a search bar, there's an index, there are resources, there's a dashboard button, and there are some advertisements and announcements. I'm a new user. What can I put into this search bar to get what I need?
Yeah, so with our search bar and this homepage screen here, we kind of wanted to go the Google route of just, this is your all-in-one thing. So whether you're searching for just like any new DEX, let's say you're just looking to try out new DEXs, you could type in DEX. Or let's say you're looking for a certain chain, search the name of that chain, or content creators. It'll also search the resource hub. So yeah, try typing Cosmos Joe. You'll probably get a couple index pages, and then if you scroll down, you might want to hit the zoom out once or twice. It's a little funky on Restream. Yeah, so down in the first kind of row of entries you'll see in search is for index pages, again, like wiki pages, and then a little lower down, you'll see resources. So articles, videos, that sort of thing. And they all have author names attached. So a lot of this is Joe's content that he's added to the resource hub under the author name Cosmos Joe. I'll also point out real quick, in the search bar in the top right, we can't see it on the stream, but to the right, just off screen, you can filter your search down to only search resources or the index. Oh, perfect. Yep, Joe got it on the screen. So right now, Joe's searching everything, which means index and resources. But let's say he knew he was just looking for videos. You could switch it to resources, yeah, and
Perfect.
that'll just show you resources.
And this is
And
all the stuff that I've added as a creator or someone has added on my behalf as a creator. We'll get into that in a second.
yeah, that's a good point to touch on.
Let's go back home here. All right. So index is a specific project's kind of landing page or a specific
Yeah,
creator, let's say.
go
What's
ahead
under
and click. Or yeah, we could explore it, but
where should we go next?
give index a click. We'll kind of show. So again, we're not using
Ooh,
a Wikia structure. For people who know what Wikia is, it's like a way to spin up your own Wikipedia where it would look exactly like a wiki, but it's still very much in that vein. So this page Joe's on here shows all of our top level categories. So when you submit a page to the index, you'll be able to pick one or multiple categories. Um, as you can see, there's everything from blockchains to DeFi apps and even pages for content creators. So there's a whole category there for creators in education where Joe has a page. Then there's NFT collections, and there are some subcategories. So for example, if you click into NFTs, um, will take us to this page where we then have another drop down next to the search bar. So let's say you're only interested in looking at NFT collections. You can kind of filter by that, or tooling, or whatever else you might be interested in looking for.
this is not only Cosmos specific. I saw Bitcoin. I saw on off
The
ramps over there.
bored apes down there, yeah.
There we go. All right. So
So yeah, I'll speak on that super quick. So we are very Cosmos focused when we are putting in content ourselves or sort of focusing on areas. Cosmos is our home. It's the tech we most believe in. But the core thesis of the website, there's a reason it's not called Cosmos Info, right? Um, Things like Ethereum, Polkadot, etc., are working out ways to connect with IBC. We have things like Axelar and Gravity Bridge that are pretty trustlessly connecting us to non-Cosmos chains. So interchain info supports anything and everything. I mean, we have ecosystems for Tezos, Ethereum, Soy. I don't even know how you pronounce the SUI. But yeah, absolutely, it is beyond Cosmos.
all right, here's the index. I got to this from the landing page. Who actually submits all this information? Is it you guys, or can I, a creator, or let's say a DApp builder, an NFT artist, they could submit their own information here, correct?
Totally. So that's one of the big things about interchain info is anyone can submit or edit an existing page, even if it's not your project. So maybe you're just a big fan of a small project, you're a passionate member of the community, you have some investments, you could help them keep their page updated on the index or create one for them if it doesn't exist at all. So here on this current page we're looking at, there's two ways we could quickly hop to do that. We have the plus button on the right side of the page, which will take you to the exact same place as the submit button up in the header. Um,
And now let's say I'm gonna launch an NFT collection,
yeah.
right? Um,
So you're basically building a wiki page for this NFT collection now. And you can see on the right, as he starts to add info, you'll kind of see how the page entry will look.
I could upload my logo here if
Yeah,
it's a
so we'll
if it's a
pretend.
token. So even if I'm launching a fungible token, I could do this. Pretty cool. Pretty
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, you'll notice the token ticker field isn't required. So a lot of projects don't have a token, but um, yeah. So actually, I'll show a couple other cool things. If you scroll back up for the chain in that drop down, why don't you select Stargaze, kind of in the middle of the page, and you can search. Yeah. So let's say this NFT collection is on Stargaze. When you apply that chain, you'll see how the preview updated in the right to have a Stargaze border. This just lets users at a glance be like, oh, that's a collection on Stargaze. Um, and then, type something, just blah, blah, blah for the excerpt. This is sort of your subtitle. A lot of projects will have like a one-line description in their Twitter bio. This is kind of where that would be. And again, on the right, you'll see it update. Yeah, boom. So now when people are looking in search, browsing the Stargaze ecosystem, browsing the NFT category, this is what they'll see for your entry on the right. So Oh, and one other quick thing I'll show, if you maybe search in the top bar Bad Kids. Let's go to the existing Bad Kids page real quick. Just because you were doing Bad Kids series 2, it's what came to mind.
And index page?
Yeah, could have used all, but that's fine.
Cool.
And if you go to their page, this is applicable for any index page. I'm just using Bad Kids as an example. Let's say you want to help them update their page. You can click the pencil icon on the right there, and you'll come to a similar screen where you can, let's say add some new info in the bio or add some links to the link tree. Now, the one thing I'll call out is for non-verified projects, and basically when you submit info, we do review it first. So for people who are wondering how this system is sustainable in a world as scam-filled as Web3, all submissions and edits we review first. So if you're trying to swap out like a phishing link or just sabotage someone else's page, that won't get pushed through.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, it sounds good, man. And again, if especially if I'm a small project, I might not have my own website, right? I might not have all my social. I might only use Twitter. I might not even
Yep.
have a Discord. This is a great way. This is almost like an interchain LinkedIn. If you
It's a
want it to
better
be,
link tree,
yeah,
actually, too. So a lot
link
of
tree.
projects that don't have a website will use a link tree as their thing in the bio, right? To just point to various little things. Use this in that sense, but you have a lot more flexibility than Linktree gives you.
So I'm a content creator. I'm going to be interested in the resources page, right? Number one, I want to make sure my information is there for people to find, and I want to make sure it's easy to find and it looks the right way to the person searching, right? So
Yeah.
I click resources, and I could click this button here, and I could add my latest video, my latest live stream, a Medium article, even just a Twitter thread. Correct?
Yes. Yeah. We're leaving it kind of open and vague for a reason. Like, there's no reason you couldn't copy paste a Twitter thread over here. Like, you don't need to convert it to blog format if you don't want to. This is all kind of user choice.
Anybody launching an NFT collection or a meme coin, or like you said, validator might have resources, right? Validators typically do things to
Yeah.
reward their stakers, or they're involved in things other than validating. I think this is a great way for someone like me. I don't have my own website. I use YouTube. I use Linktree. This gives me a way to become more visible and leverage all of the visitors you have to the site.
Yep. And I'll let you in on an update that's coming up here that will be directly applicable to you, but a lot of other
Mhm.
people might be curious. So when you submit a resource, one of the fields that you see here on Joe's screen is author name. One of our updates that we're pushing here soon is if you verify your index page as a content creator. So not a resource, but like Cosmos Joe here has a page in the index. It actually is verified. Um, he will basically be able to claim author name or author names. So I imagine you'll probably claim like Cosmos DeFi and Cosmos Joe.
Mhm.
When this update rolls out, if you're on this screen and you try and submit something with an author name that's claimed, it's going to prompt you for a wallet connection. So only you, Joe, will be able to upload stuff under your author names. Yeah, all index pages right now have related resources at the bottom. This is just powered by our search engine. So, like, if you were to put Cosmos Joe in search, here's what you get. But this is going to be updated so that it lists just all of your resources under your author name. So your index page is actually going to become more than an index page. It'll be your sort of homepage for you as a content creator. There's a little bio of you at the top, and then you'll have all your content below, which is kind of already working like that. But just as the site fills up with more stuff, instead of having it be powered by search where it might pick up other random things, it'll be just your content. So this will be like your page.
And I noticed here, it looks like I definitely submitted this bridging video, but maybe someone else submitted it on my behalf. Will I have the power to edit this, or will I just like fill out some kind of support ticket and it gets done on your end?
So when this update goes live, they wouldn't be able to upload it under your name. It would just get rejected. Um, but along with the update, great question, you will be able to edit and delete any content that's under your author name. So like right now, once you submit a resource, It's kind of baked into the system and nobody can edit it, unlike index pages, but you will be able to edit and delete your own content with this future update. Yeah.
All right, Timmy, thanks so much. This will definitely help new people kind of work their way around the ecosystem. Any other features or info you want to drop before we end this video?
Nothing specific. I'll just say interchain info is both aiming to be super intuitive and easy to use, but there's also a lot of complexity and depth to it. So there's a lot of stuff we didn't cover today. Joe will probably link our docs below. I'd suggest checking those out if you have any additional questions. If you're curious about the verification we talked about, um, any of like buying ad space, just how the index works in general. We have all that outlined in our docs. So check that out for more info. But other than that, it's been great. Thanks for having me, Joe.